During the winter, Japan gets some of the most snow in the world, but during the springtime is when you can really see the scale. Every spring, high in the Japanese Alps, nature reveals one of the most breathtaking sights you'll ever see. The Tateyama Snow Corridor, also known as Yuki no Otani. Imagine walking between walls of snow towering 20 meters, about 65 feet, above your head. These massive snow walls form along Japan's famous Alpine Route, attracting travelers from all over the world who want to experience something truly unforgettable. But this isn't just a sightseeing spot. It's a natural wonder that changes every year, carved from deep winter snowfall that's among the heaviest on Earth. It's temporary, spectacular, and only accessible for a short period each year. In this video, I'm taking you on a complete walkthrough, not only showing you exactly how to reach this iconic location, but also sharing practical insights on exploring the surrounding hiking trails and even options for overnight adventures. Throughout this video, I'll give you my personal recommendations and tips to help you make the most of your trip. Let's get started. Happy travels! What is the Tateyama Snow Corridor? Tateyama is in the northern Japanese Alps, between Toyama and Nagano prefectures. This region sits in the middle of what's called snow country Japan, known for its deep winters and snow seasons. Moisture-heavy storms hit from the Sea of Japan and get trapped by the mountains here, dumping snow for months. At the end of winter, this snow can stack up to over 10 meters in town and far more in the upper valleys and on top of the mountains. To reconnect both sides of the range, the Tateyama Kurobe Alpine Route was built, a system of mountain transport that rises up through the snow zone without relying on full-length tunnels. When the road is cleared in spring, a 500-meter section near the top is exposed with snow walls, reaching up to 20 meters high. That stretch is now known as the Tateyama Snow Corridor, or Yuki no Otani. The snow walls are formed as crews cut through the packed snow using rotary machines. The result is a perfectly carved road, flanked by walls that show the full depth of the season. The surrounding landscape is wide open. Alpine peaks, ridgeline, and open snowfields in every direction. The corridor opens in mid-April and stays walkable through late June. The two entry points are through Toyama and Nagano prefectures. For this video, I'll be entering through Toyama. I started my trip from the Toyama side. If you're coming from Kanazawa or the western side of Japan, this route is far more direct. You need to get to Tateyama Station, and you can get there from Toyama Station by train. If you drive like I did, there's plenty of free parking at Tateyama Station. If you're coming from Tokyo or from Nagano, you can start at Ogizawa Station, passing through the Kurobe Dam. That route gives you a different perspective, and either way both ends connect at the highest point, Murodo, where the snow corridor is. At Tateyama Station, tickets are sold for the Alpine Route. If you're doing a round trip to Murodo and back, it costs around 6,000 to 8,000 yen. If you plan to cross the full route one way between Toyama and Nagano, it's closer to 12,000 to 15,000 yen. You can book online, but I bought my tickets on the day. I got a return ticket, and it covered the cable car and the bus to the top. Go early around 7 or 8 a.m. to avoid crowds and get ahead of the tour groups. While you're at Tateyama Station, don't forget to check out the free museum. It's a great starting point to learn what you're about to see and experience. There are some items that you wouldn't want to forget, especially sun protection. So grab your sunscreen, grab a hat, grab some extra layers to stay warm, and if you're walking on the snow, you'll most likely want to have waterproof boots or shoes. Sunglasses are also key. Remember that the sun will reflect sharply off of the snow, so you'll get burnt in all directions. You can now buy my awesome Orija hoodie with my original Japan logo that I created myself, inspired by the Japanese mountain peaks. It's warm and comfortable, and the print is great quality. There are 2 different logos to choose from, and a bunch of other merch available in the store. You can get all of this on my website, www.orija.me. For the Tateyama cable car, the ride-up is steep. It's about 7 minutes long, and it takes you through a forested slope up to Bijodaira. You'll transfer to a mountain bus at Bijodaira. The full trip to Murodo takes just under an hour. That bus will take you on a beautiful ride up to the top of the mountain. This is where the landscape really opens up. Each section gives you a different view of the mountains. For the way up, I'd recommend sitting on the left side. You climb from about 475 meters above sea level to 2,450 meters. It's a big shift in elevation and temperature. You start to see snowbanks rising alongside the road. As you climb, they grow taller. At the highest point, the snow walls will start closing in on both sides of the bus. At the top of the route is Murodo Station. It's the highest station on the route and the gateway to the snow corridor. Inside the station are restrooms, a restaurant, a gift shop, and a few information centers with trail maps and weather updates. There's also a booth specific for people that are going hiking, where you can write your information and log that for the people who are working the trails. If you're staying overnight or planning to do a hike, this is a good place to stop and check the conditions. Now's a good time to mention to be prepared for crowds. This place is full of Chinese tour groups. Practice patience and Japanese Zen. From the station, follow the signs, and you'll reach the start of the snow corridor. Keep in mind that the air can be noticeably thinner for some people at the top, at this altitude. Take your time, drink water, and ease into walking around. The road runs about 500 meters, cleared through snow that, at its peak in April, reaches up to 20 meters high. The footpath is flat and well maintained. It's actually part of the road, and you'll see a barrier there for keeping people off of the road to avoid them getting hit by a bus. Generally, most people take around 30 to 45 minutes to walk and explore, stop for photos, and enjoy the scale. Make sure to watch a bus pass through. It's incredible. It's comfortable and accessible for all ages. No special gear is needed, just decent shoes and warm clothes. The snow walk is open from 9:30 a.m. to 3 p.m. Plan accordingly. You'll definitely want to make the most of these views in Tateyama, even if it's just a short walk. Head back to Murodo Station, and from the 3rd floor, you can access the hiking trails. There's also a nice viewpoint here from this area. You can enjoy some snow play or a stroll. There's something here for all fitness and interest levels. If you really want to make the most of the area, do a loop around Mikurigaike Pond. The walk is just 1.7 kilometers long and it takes less than an hour. Usually you don't need snowshoes because the snow is packed down, but it can be icy, so you might want to take crampons just to stop you from slipping over and hurting yourself. Stick to the trail lines and move at your own pace. These short hikes give you a better sense of the alpine environment beyond the corridor itself. By Western standards, this would be called a crater lake. At 2,405 meters, or almost 8,000 feet, this is the highest, most accessible crater lake in Japan. Next to the pond is the highest hot spring in Japan. It's basic, but has some of the best views you'll ever see from the tub. And the hot water source couldn't get any closer, with steam vents right in sight. You'll need to book well in advance if you want to stay here overnight, but you can use the hot spring as a day visitor. There will be limited hours, so check on their website. While you're walking the trail, keep an eye out for the Japanese Raicho. There's a Raicho here. How cool is this? This is one of Japan's rarest birds found in the alpine. And it's right here. I just started the hike. It's endemic to Japan and only found here, high in the Alps. The Japanese name Raicho literally translates to thunderbird. Locals named it after its call, often heard during alpine storms. It survives only in the high mountains of central Honshu, like Tateyama and Hakuba. It's a relic of the Ice Age, once seen as a messenger of the mountain gods. Now, there's only 2,000 left. Keep your distance and be respectful to these beautiful birds. As we continue to hike around the lake, we'll keep getting these big, beautiful views of the mountains in the area. And since it's a loop, we'll end up exactly where we started, back at Murodo Station. There are a bunch of other trails that you can choose to extend your hike. And if you really want to make the most of it, you can stay overnight. This trail is a short extension of the hike around the lake. It takes 2 to 3 hours and leads to a mountain hut. where you can stay overnight in comfort. This is less about a long, painful hike and more about a night of adventure on top of the Japanese Alps. There are a few options for mountain huts, but this is the one I recommend, and let me show you why. Raichosawa is a beautiful mountain hut. It has great facilities, it's clean, it feels new, and it even has a hot spring. They have great food, snacks, and drinks. It's best to make a booking beforehand. Here are a few clips to show you what to expect, and also see the details captured in the visuals. These are great facilities for a mountain lodge, and it's not limited to just staying guests. If you're just passing by, you can stop and use the Wi-Fi, grab something to eat, refill your water, use the hot spring, or pick up a souvenir. It's a unique souvenir for your trip. You can also collect stamps when you visit each lodge. Whatever you do, it's a great place to stop and relax. There's also a campground here if you're keen to camp overnight. I decided to camp on the snow to kick off my hiking season in Japan. The campground has its own reception desk, and sometimes that's unmanned. Some information is available in English, but it's best to carry a translator app to make it easy. The facilities here are super basic, but they still have clean running water and clean toilets. You can use the hot springs close by as a day visitor. Keep in mind that this place can get really busy on the weekends. Excited! It's not too cold. We'll see how it goes tonight. It's definitely cold sleeping outside, but that sunset and the sunrise make it all worthwhile. For those with more experience looking for a challenge, this could be a great trail for you. Just like this awesome dude, you're going to be hiking up this mountain and following the ridges you can see across the mountains. This is one of the most enjoyable alpine snow hikes in Japan. And you can summit Tateyama, one of the 3 sacred mountains in Japan, revered since ancient times as a gateway to the afterlife. Its rugged peaks and steaming valleys were said to represent both heaven and hell, making it a central site for mountain worship and Shugendo practices. The other special highlight is the view of the snow corridor from above, away from the crowds, in a total zen moment. There's the dramatic view of Mount Shiroma, or Hakuba, and Kurobe Dam, as well as a bunch of other famous, beautiful mountain peaks. It's not just a physical challenge, but a cultural experience. This hike can take up to 12 hours, and is only suitable for expert level, with a lot of experience in this terrain and environment. This is an exposed ridgeline hike with beautiful views along the way, but there are risks, and it's very important to check the weather and conditions before doing this hike and keeping a close eye on the conditions during the hike. There are a few mountain huts along the way where you can find that information. And if you want to break up the distance, you can stay an additional night at one of the mountain huts. This hike can also be done later in the summer, when the snow melts. This will make the conditions much easier to manage. And for those who cannot get enough of the snow, this is also a place you can do spring skiing. You'll find people enjoying all types of snow sports here. But remember that conditions can still be unpredictable, and practice safety. I would only recommend this for people with experience. And that includes hiking in the mountains too. Be prepared, plan, and understand your limits. Once you've finished your wonderful activity, you'll unfortunately have to leave. And you'll go back the same way you came, through Murodo Station. Read the information carefully and look for your departure point, and get the bus that you need to go in your direction. And one final tip, if you're traveling by car, don't forget to visit Japan's tallest waterfall. Hanoki and Shomyo Falls are just 5 minutes drive from the Tateyama Station parking lot. Would you like to visit the Tateyama Snow Corridor? Would you try the hiking or do an overnight camp? Let me know in the comments. If you're interested in adventure, culture, and learning more about Japan, you can get my travel map and guide on Rexp. I'm adding all of the places that I recommend across all 47 prefectures in Japan, as well as tips and tricks on how to make the most of it. You can scan through all of the activities or check out the map on wherever you're traveling. This can also be downloaded as an offline map to make your travel easier. You'll find the details in the description of this video. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, and follow along as I post more just like this to help you plan your trips to Japan and see the best things there is to see. Happy travels!
Happy travels!